So, we return. We return to our Halloween special, where we are playing Alone Against Fear. Alone Against Fear, where we are in Sunnydale. As the hell gates have opened, the evils of the underworld spread forth, gouge themselves across the landscape, and engorge their evil pleasures within the streets of Sunnydale before encapsulating the world. There is various horrors are roaming the streets, causing havoc and mayhem as is their wish. We left our heroine Violet, a teenage girl who is an awakened slayer, in the back of a camper van outside, only a few blocks outside, at 4 a.m. early in the morning, recovering her wounds and regaining her sanity after a close call with a possessed car and defeating, killing a werewolf. Perhaps the first time, in fact, the first time Violet has ever encountered an evil of the night and taken a life. Violet, being in her teenage years, wears a large checkered lumberjack type shirt, flannel shirt, big baggy track pants, large boots, wears a beanie with lots of buttons or badges on it. We will rejoin Violet as she is ready to voyage out of the camper van and continue her quest to encounter and defeat 5 witches of the coven that has opened up one of the hellmouths which is encroaching Sunnydale. We have already left our hero Xander back at Buffy's house, where he retreated after being severely mauled by a werewolf in the park that Violet dispatched. We have our safe house now, which is this camper van. Anytime we return to this safe house, we can heal 1 life and 1 sanity. And so Violet is going to attempt to continue. She has 1 clue to explore, and we might come around to the north. So Violet is going to head north and move into this square here. Now, I don't know if you remember, but you roll 2 dice on an exploration table. We have a 6. A 6 is a street. We're rolling lots of streets. So Violet carefully leaves the back of the camper van and stalks down the street, hiding behind cars. Wary of the cars, because apparently some of these are possessed. She enters this new street. It's now the what would become dawn, but she notices that the sky, instead of lightening, instead it is a blood red, a dark, deep blood red, and darkness, impervious, dawn, twilight like light still seeps. Dawn does not come. We will roll a d6 on our street table. We got a 5. Random encounter roll on the slashers table, which is 65. So as we voyage down this street, we see 1. Ahead of us, dressed with a rabbit mask, is a woman in what looks like mechanics dungarees with a large fluffy rabbit sort of head mask on, carrying a giant sledgehammer. She is a level 4 slasher with 6 life, armed with a sledgehammer, doing a damage of 1, but doing 2 damage if you roll a nat 1. Okay, she will slowly be stalking towards Right down the middle of the street, there are cars in strange angles as though people are quickly with their doors open, and she is going to be stamping with her big boots, hobnail boots down the street, chanting, "Bunnies come to get you, bunnies come to get you, bunnies come to..." Kicking the doors of the cars, which flow back against themselves as she starts to stalk down the street. Violet is going to take advantage of her slow procession towards her to take a shot, take aim and take a shot at the slasher, the bunny slasher. Now so we roll, we have to beat the level, which is a 4, and for every so it's a bit like Savage Worlds really. For every raise we do additional damage. With our rifle we have a +2, so we've got a 2 with a +2 is a 4, so a 4 is just 1 raise, so doing 2. So a shot hits the slasher, a hole appears in the torso of the boiler suit, and a red starts to spread out. The strange lady wearing the face mask, Bunny, we presume, or it almost seems to be unaware that she has just been shot, and picks up speed, charging towards Violet, screaming with the sledgehammer raised high. She takes a swipe at Violet, who is quite agile and is quite good at dodging. Let's see if she can dodge. Oh, a 2 plus a 1 is a 3. But never having faced somebody like this before, Violet freezes, not quite knowing what to do, as the sledgehammer crashes into her, knocking her further down the street. She then will turn to see Bunny laughing manically. "Ah, Bunny's gonna kill you! Bunny's gonna kill you!" Quickly, Violet already fired once, so Violet will fire again. Violet now has 3 bullets left after this shot. That's a 5, that's a 6, 7. 7 divided by the 4 is only a 1, doing 2 damage. A second shot, this time in the stomach. Bunny seems to react slightly due to it, and the blood oozes down her leg, and you can see the pooling blood coming as she picks up speed and charges in to our Violet. Violet, so also 6s explode, 12. So 17. Violet rolls between Bunny's legs, coming up to her feet, backpedaling 3 or 4 steps. She fires into Bunny's back. There we go. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 would be divisible twice, so giving 2 raises, doing 4 points of damage. Shooting Bunny in the back, Bunny's knees buckle and she collapses forwards onto the ground. There's a crack as the mask splits as she hits the ground. Violet will step forward towards Bunny and push her with the toe of her boot. Bunny doesn't move, so Violet flips her over, and as the mask cracks open, we can see that her face is pitted and scarred, and there's just a manicness to her dead, lifeless eyes as her face, and Violet recognises her as one of the teachers who works at school. Why she's wearing this boiler suit, Violet doesn't know, but there's just terror in this woman's eyes and manic desire in her dead, still face. Violet can collect the sledgehammer, which I think she will. I think she'll pick up the sledgehammer. That might be useful. And D3 candles, which is 3 candles. Candles may be useful too. So we'll quickly look up. So what does a sledgehammer give us? Does a sledgehammer do anything special? Let's call it the same as a hammer. We'll have it the same as a hammer, which is +1 to hit zombies and skeletons. Damage 1. So +1 against zombies and skellies. Damage 1. So this was a slasher who is defeated. Now is our Violet going to search the streets? So she could search some of the cars. So Violet is going to search some of the cars in the streets. So we turn to page 39. We roll a d6. We got 5. So while searching through the cars, she opens up the doors and checks in the cars, and Violet spends some time doing that and finds nothing of any use whatsoever here. So Violet will move on to the next area. This will be area 5, where Violet will need to consume some food. So Violet will stop and have a Snickers, eat a bar of chocolate, and then attempt to move forwards and see what Violet can find. So we've got a 3. 3 in our, come on, in our exploration table. Roll on the military installation table or on the clinic table, your choice. Let's do, so this is a military, let's say it's a military checkpoint. And we'll just reinterpret whatever the table says, which is page 46. 46 is the clinic. 48 for the military one. Military installation / lab table. So let's see what we get and we'll reinterpret it. 2. A respiratory toxin was released here. Okay. So we have this is my attempt to join a cloud. Toxic. Save versus poison. Roll at +1. No, we don't have any resistance. Or we lose 2 life. We're not wearing a gas mask. So we're not immune to this damage. So we will say that our Violet will, if she saves, has run out. Otherwise, that she's on her knees choking in this area. 2. So she is loses 2 life, taking her down to 7. Begins to choke and vomit and retch, and we can see that this poisonous purple, let's call it purple toxic gas, is beginning to erode our Violet's lungs as she quickly, she's not going to search this area, she's going to leave this area and come. So this is a level 4 poison 2 damage. So if Violet has to re-enter this area, she's going to have to deal with this toxin. So she is going to quickly run into the next area. So if the next thing says it surprises, we will double its surprise chance because she's just running from here blindly. 7. So 7, we have roll a d6. On a 1 to 5, roll on the house table. On a 6, roll on the special events table. Ooh. A 4. So we are rolling on, so it's a house. So she runs to a house for some form of safety. So we have, it says in the book, if you are an artist, you can maybe draw. What about if you just think you are? So we have a house. So she runs into a house to try and escape the gas. A 6, play event 1. If you've, well, we haven't. So we have also at the back of this, I mentioned it last game. I think I mentioned it last game. Yeah, we did, because that was the car. We have a series of unique events that you're not supposed to read ahead of time. You end up in a creepy old mansion. There is a 1 in 6 chance of encounter with a creature from the possessed table. All right. No. If this does not happen, there is a 3 in 6 chance of an encounter with the ghost table. No. In any case, you have found a hell gate. And the name of the demon, Flavaros. Oh, I'll write that down the side. Which is Flauros. Is that something backwards? Flavaros is written on the... So we have... you may just ignore the Hellgate if you want. If you have the Gate Arcane skill, you may perform... We don't. We can't close it. If you fail to close... No, we can't close it. If you fail... No. You visit already... Wandering Monsters... Until you close another Hellgate or find registration. Okay, what we've got here. If you fail to close it, you are cursed and your chance of meeting Wandering Monsters... No, so we haven't... We're not going to try and open it, so we know that there is a Hellgate here. So we go into the house. There's a strange feeling. So we go upstairs and we can see that the floor upstairs is just one massive portal going down, and then we can go and we can see there's nothing there. The floor upstairs just goes down, and every now and then we can hear screams and cries, and it sounds like there's something's climbing up and out. And so we're not going to search this area. Instead, we're going to leave quite sharply and head towards the south and see what we can find. We still need to get some more clues to help us in finding out where this witch's coven is, or work out a way to close that gate, which might also help us. Maybe if we can say if we close a gate, it will eradicate one of the witches. So we start to investigate south. So that gives us a 5. Right, oh, we find a church, a synagogue, a mosque, a place of worship. Let's make it a mosque. Seven. Place of worship page 4 to 7. Roll a d6. 4. Under siege. The mosque is besieged by 2d6 level 3 zombies. Oh, don't we have... Our sledgehammer will help us versus zombies and skeletons. So we have 2d6. We have 9 level 3 zombies. They are slow, undead. They do damage 1 and they have 1 life each. You may ignore the encounter. If you destroy them all, you recover 1 sanity and find a random item from the random object table or other stuff table. Oh, okay. Okay, we are going to grab our sledgehammer. We're going to save the 2 rounds that we've got left in our rifle. We are going to grab our sledgehammer, which gives us +1 against zombies, and we are going to wade in, tough as we are, against these 9 zombies. If 9 of them hits, we might die. We've got 7 hit points left. So they are slow. We catch them unawares. We are going to wade in. We're going to hope we roll a 6. We don't. We rolled a 3. But 3 + 1 is 4. Means that we do the 1 point damage, and we cleave one. We stove in the head of one of the zombies, possibly the mother of one of the children that we used to go to school with. We recognise them and we say, "Sorry, Mrs. Hendricks," crack, as her head flies off. But in response to that, 8 zombies come across us. So first we'll have these 4 zombies. We need to roll 2s or more. So 1 zombie bites into Violet, tearing at her shirt as she evades one small pack of zombies, evades them, but then backs into another pack of zombies. Oh, look at all these 60s, which will then... but these, look at that. We're going to say that is... as she's about to step back into them, she notices and then rolls to the side with her sledgehammer, coming up against that pack of 4 zombies. We want a nice big roll, multiples of 3 here, please. 4, that's a 5, but still it only takes out 1 of them, leaving 7 zombies. Cracking against the knees of one of the zombies, its knees. It's a teenage boy wearing pajamas. The knees crack and split as the green pus oozes across the floor, and he collapses to the floor as Violet finishes off that zombie. We now have 3 of the zombie pack that was there attempt to grab at Violet. 1, she's moving very slow now. Obviously, she's being affected by taking another life. Do we have any extra experience points? Oh, the slasher gave us 1 experience point. So we have 2 experience. Not that it's probably going to matter. So we have 2 experience points. Zombies. And then there are... So that's 3. So there's 4 left, isn't there? I think I did that. But again, Violet uses her agility. Oh, no, that was wise too. Using her agility, she evades the second pack. Wading back in, let's use this one. Wading back in, Violet swears that she will clean up Sunnydale. A 6. 4, that's a 10 plus 1, so because they explode, plus 1 is an 11, so that gives us a 3, 6, 9. So we get to eradicate 3 of the zombies. Almost like a whirling dervish of death. Violet begins to spin like a hammer thrower who is about to throw a hammer, but instead Violet is decapitating zombies as they come closer and closer. In doing so, it tires her out and she has to step back and take a breather, which gives an opening for the disgusting death-clawed maws of these encroaching zombies to attempt to grab her beanie, taking the beanie that her father knitted for her. That is just too much. She panics and goes to run and bumps straight into a zombie that bites into her shoulder. Its foul matted hair and the waft of death and decay coming up and making Violet retch into her mouth. That's 1. Violet has 4 hit points left. We might have to go back to that safe house and heal. We can go... Oh, we can't go that way. Oh, maybe we can step down. We can come down back home to heal and then we'll go back out again. Oh no, that doesn't say healing. That's the one where we can get one-on-one. Oh, we'll see. We'll see what Violet does. Violet will then wind up her sledgehammer. Oh no! The gore on the floor causes Violet to slip and she goes down, quickly righting herself and stepping up. The 4 remaining zombies... oh no. If I roll 4 misses, then this is Violet gone. The 4 remaining zombies stand over... actually, I know what I'm going to do. The 4 remaining zombies stand over her, but due to Violet's slipperiness, because we can use the injury table instead, though that, as we saw with Xander, doesn't really help. The 4 zombies, she wides between their arms, gets out from behind them, and attempts to go mad, smashing in heads of zombies. 3 plus our 1 gives us a 4, taking one of those zombies out. The last 3 bodies are all over the floor. There's parts there must be someone within the mosque because they were besieging the mosque. It's either that or there was. So the 3 remaining zombies all turn, hissing into the night air, dead eyes, skin peeling from their faces, yellowing teeth, giving out ungodly smell of breath, like I smell in the morning, causing Violet to retch, which puts her off kilter, and then we're going to roll on the injuries table because I don't think Violet can take any more damage. This may be a bit too much. This may not help Violet in the long run. 6, crippled arm. You lose the use of 1 arm. You may no longer use weapons that require 2 hands. You may use rifles and shotguns with a -1 penalty. Okay, until she heals. So she has a crippled rather. Arm, but she does have 4 health points left. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe we should have done -1 rifle, shotgun. So she can still wield this sledgehammer, but she's going to wield it one-handed because she's tough. She's tough as nails, is Violet. So that was the zombies. So now Violet is going to attempt to finish these last 3 zombies off. Come on, Violet. So that's a 3. +1 for the sledgehammer is a 4, which removes 1 of the it's no, I don't like you doing children things. It's a granny. It's an old granny. We're doddering on a Zimmer frame. I don't know if anyone's seen what's it called? It's either called The Boy Scouts Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. I think it might be something like that, something like the Boy Scouts Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. Anyway, it's so this old granny is mauling at so this is a killing. He's attempting to maul at Violet. I got confused. I don't know what I was doing. I'm being so creative and making stuff up. I think there's 2 zombies left. I think we've got 2 zombies left, and Violet has just killed one of those 2. Okay, which is the old granny, who is attempting to bite Violet, but because she doesn't have her dentures in, it's just a wet maul where Violet can grab her head, fling her to the ground, re-pick up the sledgehammer and smash the undead out of this zombie, meaning the last 2 clambering over the bodies of the fallen, because there's like 7 dead bodies laying around here, attempt to grab at Violet, but they slip in their own viscous material, giving Violet the opportunity to 5 +1 is a 6, 3 and 3 is 6, to end those last 2 zombies. Breathing deeply, injured with an injured arm, Violet takes stock of the surrounding area. So we can regain 1 sanity. We don't have 1 sanity to need to regain. And we can find a random item from the random objects table or the useful stuff table. Either of those that can give us healing would be absolutely awesome. So it goes, all right, let's say, let's do useful stuff. Useful stuff? Yeah, useful stuff is probably better. So that's a D66. 33. What's 33? Oh, that's rubbish. Stuffed bird. If you meet a bird-shaped demon, its first attack will be directed to the stuffed bird, which will be destroyed. Okay. Violet could have really done with something to heal herself. Where are we? Here we go, town exploration. So, Violet has 4 hit points remaining, We are in the place of worship. We could attempt to search. We don't have zombies anymore. We could attempt to search the place of worship and see what we find. But then if we do come across something negative... Oh, Violet has 3 XP. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's see what we can buy with 3 XP. Let's see if Violet can have some. So 3 XP. Bow, that's no good to us. Faith. Charisma. Martial arts, reduce the unarmed bonus to -1. Medic, we need a first aid kit for that. We've got resilient, +1 saves versus poison, infection or disease. That we could explain. Slippery, +1 on escape rolls. She has been quite slippery. Vampire hunter we haven't. Oh, we've got zombie hunter. How about zombie hunter? Zombie hunter is 2 XP, +1 to your attack rolls against zombies. So we will say that because of that, she has become a zombie hunter, which is +1 v zombies, and that will take up 2 XP, leaving her 1 XP left. So due to her recent encounters with the zombies, she is now a zombie hunter. Now, where to go? We can try and evade that possessed car, but I don't like her chances of that. We can come down to back home, but we can't heal. We need to get back here and heal for 1 life, and then we can come down. So maybe we will go diagonally across the park where we killed the werewolf. Now, when we go move into an area that we have already moved into, when you enter a new box, if you visit the boxes of shoot and you have, oh, hold on. If we re-enter an area, there's a 1 in 6 chance of a random encounter occurring. So what we'll do is we will move down. So that's 7 moving down to here. So this becomes an 8 into here. So let's see if we move into the park carefully. Nope. And then we come up here, which becomes a 9, and we come back to our camper van. And we stay in our camper van for a little bit, which will mean that we get to heal 1 health, putting us on 5. There's our 11 max. So we're on 5 health. We've still got our crippled arm, but what we will do is whilst we're here, we will put a sling on. And so Violet will have a sling to protect her arm. She has her stuffed bird, which she's carrying under that arm, like in the arm. Her sledgehammer, so though it's like a 2-handed originally, maybe it's one of those 1.5-hand type sledgehammers. And she still has her rifle, but she's -1 to shoot it, which means that she's only got a +1. But she only has two bullets left. And so I think back in the safety of the camper van, we will leave Violet for now in the 2nd episode of Alone Against the Fear. Violet, in her attempts to try and quash the witch coven that has opened the Hellgate and is devouring Sunnydale. Injured, scared and alone, she hides in the back of a camper van, waiting for the... What are we on? So we're waiting for... I'll do it afterwards. Waiting for time to tick on and waiting to see what will happen next. For now, that is the end of this episode of our Halloween special. Rest a while and come back to us. Sleep tight. Don't let the vampires bite.